this series. We're just awaiting the arrival of the Colorado Rockies to take the field. Jon Gray is their scheduled starter for tonight. They made a few roster moves before the start of today's ball game because last night's starting pitcher is on the DL, Kyle Freeland, with a groin injury. They weren't sure after the game last night how bad it was. They assessed it again today and decided he needed to be on the disabled list. The Phillies also made changes. Aaron Altair is on the disabled list with a hamstring issue, and Cameron Perkins is here and is on the lineup card as an extra outfielder for the Phillies. All right, so Jon Gray is ready. Now everybody else heads out to the field for the Rockies as we get set to start tonight's ball game a little later than we're supposed to, but just a few minutes.
Well, what were they doing in there?
I don't know. I think they were just waiting for him. He was just sitting there collecting himself. I never really understand it, you know, when pitchers do that. I mean, the starting time is supposed to be, you know, supposed to be exact, but it doesn't happen with baseball all the time.
That should be the only time the clock gets enforced.
That's exactly right. Well, there's Pete McCadden. Let's take a look at his lineup for tonight. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. So we mentioned that Jorge Alfaro is in the starting lineup tonight, so he'll bat 8th. And then that changes the middle of the lineup somewhat because of the injury to Aaron Altair. Nava hits 3rd, Williams 4th, and Tommy Joseph slides to the number 5 spot. And they will face the 26-year-old from Oklahoma. He's 3-2 this year in 9 starts with a 5.52 ERA. They were counting on him to carry a good bit of the workload this year, but because of injuries and ineffectiveness, that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, you can see the opponent's batting average hitting 300 off of him. Lefty's hitting 330. So, you know, if we're gonna get to him, our lefties, which we're gonna have a ton of them in this lineup, we're gonna have to get him. Good velocity. You know, you look at his stuff-wise, 95, almost 96 mile-an-hour average. Change slider curve. But, you know, since the All-Star break, you see what he's done. 1-2 with a 7.65 ERA.
Yeah, his last time out was against the Washington Nationals, and he didn't pitch badly except for 1 inning. Kind of sounds like Nick Pivetta.
Kind of sounds like our trip to California.
That's exactly right. Time now for our Nissan keys to the game.
Well, that was one of my keys to the game is you can't let a struggling pitcher get comfortable and get in a rhythm. Our lefties have to hit him. We saw the numbers. And our pitchers today, Nick Pivetta, one of them, they have to limit the walks. 6 walks last night, 1 hit batter. Against this powerful offense, that's not going to cut it. You're not going to win if you walk that many guys. So we need to contain or limit the walks to these Arizona or Colorado hitters.
Cesar Hernandez takes a first pitch strike, and we're underway. Now the count is no balls and 1 strike. First pitch thrown at 6:12 local time. Cesar 2 for 5 in last night's game. He's now hit 9 straight. And he bounces that one over the mound, charging LeMahieu, throws on the run, and just in time for the first out. So Cesar is retired. Freddie Galvis is next up for the Phils. Jon Gray last year was 10-10 for the Rockies with an ERA of 4.61. So they naturally thought he would take a step forward this year. He did not have a bad month of April, but he was pitching with a sore toe. And as he went through the month of April, it turned out that it wasn't just a bruise, it was a stress fracture, or it had become a stress fracture. So he missed a significant amount of time.
Yeah, it's got to throw off your balance, I would imagine, having a bad toe. He's another guy that pitches from this modified stretch.
Outside, 1-1. Freddie was 0 for 5 in yesterday's ball game. Upstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike. In April, Jon Gray, his first outing, allowed 5 earned runs in 4 innings. Then after that, allowed 1 earned run in his next 2 starts. Fly ball left field, playable for Parra. And a couple of quick outs for the Rockies here in the first. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Frank Scatchis of Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game. Then Frank will win $200. McDonald's to enjoy an ice cold delicious soft drink for only $1. I'm loving it.
It's a difficult pronunciation of the last name for.
I think there needed to be another vowel in there between the H and the L. Or maybe another vowel or at the end. Daniel Nava batting third and playing right field. Had one at bat last night. Asked Pete today about Aaron Altair, and he said it seems like it's the same thing as last time. But the last time he was okay within a couple of days, but he thinks now that if he's okay within a couple of days, he's just going to need a couple more days to make sure it's absolutely healthy. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nava. Ground ball foul up the first base line. Aaron is still with the club. He's right there.
Yeah, not that players lie, but players lie when asked. You know, can you play? Sure. And you could tell it was bothering him in Anaheim, and you know, last night, of course, looked like it was really bothering him. I'm assuming that scoring from first on the Nick Williams double had something to do with having it become more tender.
Yeah, he said that that bothered it, and he said then his sort of takeoff on the stolen base attempt, which didn't really matter anyway, but his takeoff on that attempt is when it really started to tighten up more and more. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Daniel Nava, and he pulls it up the first base line softly, and Reynolds will just take it to the bag. A 1-2-3 top of the first inning for John Gray. So Nick Pivetta will go to work in the bottom of the first when we return to Coors Field. Get some of the notes for tonight's ball game. Let's take a look at his starting lineup for this evening, brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. So it's basically the same lineup as last night, except for Valleca starting at shortstop instead of Trevor Story.
And Lucroy moves up a spot to the 7 hole. Valleca hitting 8th.
It's a good lineup.
Yeah, and just think if Lucroy starts hitting.
Well, Pivetta 4 and 6 with a 5.42 earned run average. And he has had good start, bad start, good start, bad start over his last 4. And Jorge Alfaro is behind the plate.
Brought his Iron Pigs catcher's gear.
He's going with the alternate color blue. Well, he was a big fella. Maybe they didn't have anything that fit him.
I'm sure Cameron stuff would fit him.
First pitch to Charlie Blackmon. Take it down low. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, it's something to keep your eye on. You know, you hear stories about him that he, you know, Alfaro, that he struggles sometimes defensively.
Well, he certainly has a strong arm.
Yeah, he got a strong arm. So far, he hadn't called a strike.
Think they'll hold that against him?
Well, I'm sure it's someone's fault.
2-0 to Blackmon. Blackmon was 0 for 3 last night, but he walked and scored a run.
And here we go, 3-0. We were lucky last night to get out of there, close a game as it was.
No question. There's a strike right down the chute, 3-1. Blackmon this year is 7 for 22 against the Phillies, even with the 0 for 3 last night.
Here's a pitch you got to be careful with too, because you got that power.
Outside corner, and it's 3-2.
Can he throw 3 in a row out there?
I hope so. I think Blackmon will be taking a swing at the next one. That's a good spot, though.
Yeah, no kidding. Let him hit a grounder to Freddie. We don't care.
That's where they're going to set up. And he fouls it back to the screen. He did try to get it out there again. All fastballs so far for Pivetta, which is a good thing. Last night, Vince Velasquez threw a lot of off-speed pitches early on in the game. There's Vince, went 5 last night. Another one fouled back. You see that Alfaro wanted that pitch in. Pivetta shook off to the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, I think 3-2. He looks like he's more comfortable after 6 pitches to throw that pitch down and away. Not a bad pitch. But, here's a guy. This is why he's hitting well over 300.
They're going to try to get it in, and it goes up and out of play.
That might be in our radio booth.
Can you imagine that if he gets his foot caught on the wheel again like he did last night?
That's awful. Perils. The perils of the life of Larry Anderson, huh?
Larry got his foot caught on the wheel of his chair as he was getting out. His chair.
2 black and blue toes, he said.
Breaking ball high, ball 4. That'll bring DJ LeMahieu to the plate. He provided our Toyota turning point in last night's game.
After Luis intentionally walked, or the Phillies decided to intentionally walk Charlie Blackmon to pitch to DJ LeMahieu. He gets that base hit that drives in the go-ahead run, and for all intents and purposes, game over.
Yeah, Pete said that he had to decide what he wanted to do. Do I walk Blackmon or face Blackmon? He said, I decided to walk him because I figured I can get away maybe with a single by LeMahieu. He said with Blackmon, if I pitch to him, there's the chance he pops it out of the ballpark. So DJ LeMahieu on walking Charlie Blackmon to face him last night. I didn't think he, meaning Pete, was disrespecting me or anything like that, but it did feel good to come through in that situation.
Oh, you pick your poison. You want to face a guy hitting 328 or the guy hitting 322? They chose 322.
He did say that today. He said their lineup is, it might have been different if we were toward the bottom of their lineup, but even then.
It's not like you're getting the last guy on the bench coming up.
1 ball and 1 strike. Inside, 2-1.
And they are letting Alfaro call his own game, right?
They are. Yep.
I mean, he's worked with Nick I would assume till.
He has worked with Nick. Yep. Worked with him last year and also earlier this season when Nick was 5-0 with Lehigh with a 1.41 ERA. It's a well-located fastball there, the outside part of the plate. Blackmon has stolen 9 bases. I think we're all interested to see whether the Rockies would challenge Alfaro because he has an excellent arm. Alfaro threw out 33% of the base runners who tried to steal down in AAA, which is above the major league average. I don't know if it will translate. And LeMahieu checked his swing, and the first base umpire says he did hold up.
We might find out. Strike him out, throw him out. I got a feeling Blackman's on the move. I think you got to trust, you know, a guy hitting 320, you got to trust that he knows the strike zone. And LeMahieu, and if it's a bad pitch, you lay off and take your walk. If not, put it in play.
Blackman does go, and the pitch hits LeMahieu. And the first two base runners are aboard, so it's kind of the same start we had last night and the night before in Anaheim. Jared Eichhoff struggled in the first inning the night before, then struggled in the first inning last night. And now 2 on with nobody out. And Arenado's the batter. You see Vince's line from last night.
Tell you what, the Rockies are becoming pretty efficient in scoring runs without getting any hits.
Hey, what was it last night? They had the 2 runs with 1 hit in the first couple innings.
And their walk-off against the Mets the game before. 9th inning, no hits.
Arenado swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. 1 for 5 last night with a home run that went 460 feet.
7th inning game tire.
Curveball, 0-2. There's the home run last night.
What? That pitch was away. What do you do?
Arenado was asked about his reaction going around the bases. He said, well, we had so many chances early and didn't score. So basically it was a frustration.
Well, 6 walks and a hit batter. There's going to be some traffic.
Well, and they also pointed out, he and one of his other teammates, how many fly balls there were that just didn't go out of the ballpark, they felt. Ball wasn't carrying last night.
Yeah, humidity. Thick air up here.
1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Chose a slider in that spot. Into the hole and to left field. Williams is up with it. Blackman is around third being held. And the throw cut off by Maikel Franco. Bases are now loaded with nobody out. And probably the hottest hitter in the Rockies lineup, Gerardo Parra, is coming up. He and LeMahieu have been red hot.
Yeah, Arenado trying to get to that 100 RBI mark before we leave town. That ball just hit too hard. And I'm sure that they saw the kind of arm that Nick Williams has. Threw out a runner there in Anaheim. You know, Escobar trying to score on a line drive by Albert Pujols.
5-game hitting streak for Parra, who hit .433 in July and has kept it going here in August. And aggressive after the first pitch, 0-1. Parra against right-handers hitting .342 with runners in scoring position. He's hit in 14 of his last 15 games. He's got the bases loaded here.
So what you're saying is it doesn't look good for us.
Well, he's due to hit into a double play.
Yes,
is what I'm
he
saying.
is. Yeah, you'd be tickled if you can get out of this inning with only giving up 1.
Over towards second, past Cesar Hernandez into right center field. 1 run is in. LeMahieu's heading home. He'll score. 2-run single for Gerardo Parra. And the Rockies take a 2-0 lead. .50 RBIs now for Parra. And Bob McClure, for a third straight night, has come out to the mound in the first inning.
He wanted a fastball in. He got it in. It just Parra beat him to the spot. And isn't that the way they scored their first two last night? Carlos Gonzalez hit that base hit to the right of a diving Cesar Hernandez. That's the thing, too. You have to play so deep in this outfield and allowed Arenado to get to third. Now that's why I think they should move the fences in and make them about 50 feet high.
And then if it's a home run derby, it's got to be a high home run derby.
Yeah, but you know, it'll stop that first to third stuff. It'll keep double plays in order because they'll hit line drives off that high fence, and you can keep them to a single.
How long have you thought about that?
It's been a while.
Really?
Sometimes I get into these deep thoughts.
Well, the meeting is over, and here comes Mark Reynolds.
You know, I wake up every morning and say, okay, what am I going to have to eat? And then the second thing is, how can we fix Coors Field to make it, you know, to try to help the pitchers out?
How can we make baseball fun again?
Yeah, make the game fun again.
Well, here is Mark Reynolds with runners on first and third, and still nobody out. Reynolds has hit in his last 4 games. He has a home run and 2 RBIs during that time. One ball, no strikes. The problem with Pivetta recently is that if the fastball doesn't have a little buzz on it, his secondary pitches are not up to that level where he can just rely on them. Down the right field line, and Tommy Joseph won't be able to get there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the opponent's batting average against the slider, 122 in June and July. Most of it has come inside. 38% of them come inside.
Yeah, that's kind of not where you want it. You want it down and away. Now, inside, if he throws it to lefties, of course, you want it to run in on him. But you don't want that thing staying middle in to righties. But again, here we go with another first inning high pitch count. And now you're hoping, can he get through 5?
Outside, 2-2.
Walk the leadoff hitter, hit the next guy. You know, you got to expect to give up runs if you're going to walk guys, leadoff hitters of the inning especially.
Alfaro asked for a fastball in, and it was in. 3-2.
Now what?
I think you got to challenge him. I mean, it's difficult to say that because Reynolds can hit it to the next county, but
yeah, try to get one down and away.
That's where Alfaro's setting up. 96, and he fouls it off.
Lucky too. That thing was center cut.
Yeah, I think that's part of what we noticed even last night is that the fastballs that Velasquez and even Pivetta here, guys that they normally would finish off, they haven't been able to finish them off. They're fouling those fastballs off. A bouncer over toward third. Michael Franco has it to second, and that's all they'll get. A run scores. 5-4 on the putout. 3-0 Rockies. RBI for Reynolds. Michael kind of spun his wheels over at third. It looked like it was pretty soft over there, but he did a nice job getting the one out.
Yeah, that wasn't an easy play. They got a little short hop. See that first big hop, he tries to come in, thought he couldn't get it coming in, so he had to try to back up at the last minute. Very, very lucky that ball didn't get underneath his glove and make what has been a pretty big inning for the Rockies a bigger inning.
Well, here's Carlos Gonzalez, who last night had a couple RBIs. He has struggled in the RBI category this year along with the rest of his numbers, but he's got multi RBIs now in 2 of his last 3 games. Look at his numbers against the Phillies. 11 for 23 against them this year. 0-2.
You talk to people around here. Some people say they think he might be done. Just physically, they don't know. You know.
Wow. It is remarkable that they're doing all this offensive damage without him. The guy that everybody thought was their best player coming in. 31 years old.
I would have to. That'd be hard pressed to say he's done.
Could it happen that fast coming off a 100 RBI season?
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't think. I mean,
well, those are good numbers against the Phils.
oh, Nick.
You get his spike caught?
Yeah. Well, he's lucky he didn't throw it away, and he's lucky he didn't balk. That could have been 8 or 9 different things could have happened bad on that play.
Watch it again here.
Yeah,
Oh, he turned his ankle.
Stuck. I bet a right-handed hitter's glad he's not up. These are one of those you never know where it could end up.
He is lucky, though.
No kidding.
Last night, 33 tonight. A bouncer toward first. That's a fair ball under Tommy Joseph's glove down the right field line. Reynolds to third. He'll hold up there. Well, that'll wind up being Tommy's 7th error of the year.
Well, you never know the way the scoring's been.
That is true. But that could have been a double play if Tommy had fielded it cleanly.
Yeah, the ball's not hit hard. It's just,
yeah, he just
I mean,
missed it.
you know, there's nothing to say. I mean, his footwork was okay. He just missed it. Yeah, I don't know if like going through his head, like, okay, do I try to turn 2 here?
I think that's what it was. In my mind, that's what I thought.
Because it looked like he was wanting to spin to throw to second.
Here's Lucroy who takes a strike. Now there is a hit up on the board. I can't imagine that has been scored a double. It is an E3. Fly ball left center field. Williams comes running in and dives and makes the catch. Coming home from third is Reynolds, and he'll score. The ball gets away, but Gonzalez doesn't advance. It's a sacrifice fly, and it's 4-0. Rockies on top.
The Phillies want to appeal this. They didn't see if Reynolds left early. Yeah, I think that ball fooled Nick. Nick kind of, it looked like he was charging it hard. I don't know if he thought it was going to carry more, and he slowed up and then had to throw it into another gear, and that's what caused the dive. And as soon as they saw the dive, Reynolds took off. Yeah, watch Nick coming in. You see he's coming in hard, and then there's that little hesitation, and then there's a burst, and then a dive. And as soon as that dive came, he catches it in the air. Reynolds can't go. Well, he can go. He'd have been thrown out.
They're going to peel third. And this home plate umpire, Chris Guccione, in the rotation, calls him safe. "4-0 Colorado. 2 outs, and Pat Valaika is the hitter. Playing shortstop today for Trevor Story. All right, so 3 consecutive nights that the Phillies starter has thrown more than 30 pitches in the first inning. Eichhoff went through 6. Velasquez went 5. Mark Leiter's warming up as we speak in the Phillies pen. Opposite way, base hit to right field. Rounding third, heading for home is Gonzalez. The throw by Nava is not in time. It just died on the grass. It's 5-0. Rockies on top. Valleca with his 29th RBI.
Again, we talk about how deep the outfielders have to play, and this is a hard hit ball by Valleca. Nava did everything he can. A pretty good throw. Second hop, and Gonzalez just slid around the tag of Alfaro. Hey, Nava charged it well. Strong throw, kept it low. Second hop, perfect. I mean, a perfect throw. Gonzalez beat it.
Yeah, slide on the backside of home plate. John Gray, 0-2.
Surprised Valleca just didn't keep running.
I thought he would too. In fact, I looked up at second to see if he was there. Swing and a miss, and the inning is finally over as Pivetta picks up a strikeout, but the Rockies score 5 times in the inning. There was one Phillies error. We go to the second. Rockies up 5-0. MLB.com at-bat mobile app. Stay connected to the game's best players all season with game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com at-bat today. It's your #1 app for live baseball. Well, not the best of starts for the Phillies and their fans, although it's a nice night here in Denver. And a lot of time left in this ballpark. You never know.
24 outs left. We've scored 5 runs in 24 outs. Problem is we have to score 6.
And then hold them scoreless. Nick Williams leads it off.
Seems to be an issue, doesn't it?
Well, Pivetta 42 pitches. A line drive out towards center. 1 out here in the second. And Tommy Joseph coming up.
Oh, looked like it knuckled on Charlie Blackmon out there. The way he caught it, looked like he trying to catch an R.A. Dickey fastball or knuckleball. His fastball, same thing.
Tommy was 0 for 4 in last night's game. And it's 1 ball, no strikes.
I'm losing my mind.
You'll get it back. You got plenty of time. You just let it go for a couple innings. It'll come back. Fly ball. off the first base line. Reynolds in foul territory. 2 outs. Sunday, August 27th, when the Phillies take on the Chicago Cubs. All kids coming to the ballpark will receive the ShopRite Back to School alarm clock. There it is right there. Go to Phillies.com to order your tickets. Here's Odubel Herrera. Odubel 1 for 4 last night with a bunt hit. And up here with 2 men down. Fastball at the knees. It's 0-1. Boy, Gray does have a live fastball. I mean, that one's at 96 right there.
You know, it's easy. No wasted motion. Or no overexertion on that 96.
Again, 97 that time, 0-2. Odubel's bunt hit extended his hitting streak to 8 straight last night. Outside, 1-2.
A little extra on that one. So he's got 96, 97, 98. You think if he slowed one up to about 82?
He might corkscrew the hitter.
You might have to help Odubel up. That's a tough one to lay off if he can do it.
Well, he runs another fastball, this one outside. Phillies on this road trip have scored 8 runs in the 4 games. They have 10 extra base hits, hitting .246 as a team. Little tapper in front of the plate. Lucroy is there. Odubel hustling up the line, and the throw just beats him.
He spiked Reynolds. I think he spiked Reynolds.
It looked like there was a little bit of contact around the bag. Phillies go down in order. We'll move to the bottom of the second. To make a contribution to the Help Our Kids Radiothon, benefiting the Nemours Alfred I. DuPont Hospital for Children. You can find out more at nemours.org/radiothon. Well, back to the top of the order for Charlie Blackmon, who walked his first time up and scored.
Quite the walk-up song. Appears like it fits him, though.
Yeah, it trails at the end so the fans can finish the song. Does have a mullet, John.
It's a priceless one.
Yeah, it's appropriate music. 0-2. Check swing. They appeal. No swing, says Paul Nart. Chris Guccione behind the plate. Carlos Torres at first. Dana DeMuth is at second base, and Paul Nart around at third. And a line drive base hit it to left center field. Nick Williams will get to it. Blackmon stops at first. And he's been on board both times in the first 2 innings of this game. That'll bring DJ LeMahieu to the plate, and maybe we get a chance, like we mentioned in the first inning, Murph, to see the arm of Alfaro with Blackmon over at first base.
Yeah, the entire Phillies organization, the coaching staff, and the front office getting a chance to watch Jorge Alfaro now up in the big leagues again for the second time in his very young career. I had a conversation with the Phillies Director of Player Development, Joe Jordan, today about what they've been looking for out of Jorge Alfaro in the minor leagues. And that has been one word, he said. They are looking for consistency. They are looking for a guy that goes out each and every night and plays at the level that a major league catcher needs to play. And he said, look, we have seen flashes of what he is capable of doing, and we have seen flashes of a major league caliber catcher, but we need to see it more consistently, more consistent in the game calling, more consistent in his defense, and more consistent in his offense. So he is up here now. He's getting a little bit of a showcase, and I talked to John McLaren, who's the Phillies catching coach, and I said, you know, what will you be working on while he is here? And he said, for Jorge Alfaro, it's about keeping his body quiet behind the plate. He seems to move around a lot, which they don't want him to do. He's obviously a very big target back there, so they just want him working on that and getting comfortable and working with the pitchers towards their strengths. And I thought what Joe Jordan said was most important. He said, look, he is a work in progress, is Jorge Alfaro, but he is making progress, and that's what they're looking for.
I think they expected it might be a little sooner than it has been, but the good thing is that he is making that progress. Galvis says he has it. He'll put it away, and that'll wrap up the bottom of the second. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. He'll get a chance to bat second when we return with the Phils down 5-0. Play. This certainly helped out Nick Pavetta's cause the last inning.
Yeah, it sure did. After throwing a bunch of pitches in the first inning, leadoff base hit to Charlie Blackmon. He gets DJ LeMahieu, one of the hottest hitters in baseball, hit into that 5-4-3 double play, and that's our State Farm double play, brought to you by State Farm.
Well, Pavetta, a quiet second, which is good, and now he'll get a chance to bat in this top of the third inning. It'll be Franco, Alfaro, and then Nick Pivetta. Franco takes a fastball in the inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. I think he thought that was a little tight. He was 2 for 4 in last night's game. 1 ball, 1 strike.
How did that miss him?
I don't know. I thought it was going right for that hit. Last time out for Gray in the 5th inning against Washington, he allowed 3 runs on 4 hits. Up until that point, his team had given him a 1-0 lead. But he's a better pitcher here than he is on the road. An ERA of 3.71 here on the home field. LeMahieu from deep short throws out Franco. 7 up, 7 down. Time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. And please submit your answer, John, on the subject line. The question is, what pitcher holds the Rockies rookie record for most strikeouts? What pitcher holds the Rockies rookie record for most strikeouts?
Oh, boy.
Alfaro, who was hitting .241 down in AAA with 7 home runs. He was 2 for 16 last year when he was called up to play for the Phillies. He's got power. A lot of opposite field power. One thing Dusty Wathan, his manager, said to me today is that, you know, like a lot of young hitters, he is still working on his patience. And a line drive base hit it to left center field. And he slips going around first, so he'll hold up at first. That's the first hit of the night for the Phils. I don't think he was going to get to second anyway.
No, I don't think so. But Mickey got to quit tripping, guys. That's ridiculous. Tell you what, the 0-2 pitch. That's what you like right there. He just short and quick to the ball. And look, we know he's going to strike out a lot whenever he does get up here to stay. But you know, you're supposed to touch that's why you touch the inside part of the base, not the top back part. But
Pivetta takes outside. Arenado's playing in on the grass at third.
Even when we get hits, it looks bad sometimes, huh?
You agree, though, he would put the brakes on, right?
Yeah, he wasn't going. No, the last thing he would want is to get thrown out, make the second out with the pitcher coming up. I guess down 5 takes the bunt out here, huh? With only 1 out.
I thought he still might do it, but just to even get a run back. 2-1. Pivetta's 2 for 29. 14 strikeouts. Looks like it's another fastball coming.
Fight it off, Nick.
He's got a little more of a crouch in his stance now.
2 strike, protect, swing. You know, it looked like he tried to punch it through the hole.
He does look like he's trying to get it into right field. Or survive, either one.
Look at that, huh?
Down the right field line, Carlos Gonzalez in foul territory. And it's into the crowd.
Not surprisingly, the outfield's playing him the other way.
Yeah, Blackman is way over in center. And Pivetta strikes out. First strikeout for John Gray. 2 outs, back to the top of the order for Cesar Hernandez. Whether you're headed to vacation or working in the yard, you can still catch every CSN game with the NBC Sports app. Download now to keep up with all your Philly teams. Well, Hernandez grounded out his first time up, 0 for 1. Gray in his last outing against the Nationals went 7, despite the fact he allowed those 3 earned runs. He gave up 2 home runs. He did strike out 8. He is a strikeout pitcher, although tonight he has just the one that he just got against Pivetta. He averages a strikeout per inning pitched. Two and 1. He's one of those baseball guys. This doesn't happen that often, but he was drafted 3 different times and finally on the last time signed. I would think that's so tempting. I mean, the first time would be tempting. And then
he got drafted out of high school and what, out of a junior college and then out of a 4-year school?
Yeah. Out toward left center field. Blackman on the run, closing ground, and makes the catch. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. On to the bottom of the third, 5-0. Rockies on top. Buy your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. And by McDonald's. Enjoy an ice cold delicious soft drink for only $1. I'm loving it. Well, after an 8-pitch second inning, Nick Pivetta goes back to work. 50 pitches through the first 2. And he will face Gerardo Parra, Mark Reynolds, Carlos Gonzalez.
How about another quick inning for Pivetta?
Another 8-pitch inning would be quite nice at this point. Parra takes a strike and it's 0-1. Took a little peek back at the home plate umpire. This guy's won a Gold Glove in his career. This has been a turnaround, though, offensively for him. Fly ball to left field. Williams started in. Now he's got to race back, and it's off the base of the wall. It scoots past his ankles. And Parra is 2 for 2. That's his 17th double of the year. I mean, that ball took off. I don't know if Nick would have gotten to it. He might have if he reacted a little better.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like Nick's picking the ball up out in left field. I remember the diving catch he had to make on Lucroy where he came in and hesitated and had to make it dive, but he kind of ran in and then circled it, and by that time with this the way the ball was hit, no chance of making the play. It just seems to me from up here, and I'm sure I'll see him tomorrow or tonight after the game to ask him, it just doesn't look like he's picking the ball up.
And there are ballparks like that, right?
Absolutely. Dodger Stadium, because how the tiers went back, and there was what, 4 or 5 tiers?
Yeah.
I could see nothing out there.
I think the other thing about Dodger Stadium is that the seats were all these different colors and they were light, and particularly when the sun was still out, I would think it would be tough to see it.
It just looked like I was so far away from the game when I was playing the outfield there.
And then all was right in the world when you got moved to first base.
Yes, indeed. Well, not for day games. Seemed like everyone who sat behind on the side of the Dodgers dugout, they all had white shirts on.
That was a home game. They wore the white Dodger T-shirt jerseys.
Yes, they did.
Back to the screen, 2-1. Off his right.
Got away with one there.
Take a look at PitchCast presented by Mazda. It's up just a little bit.
A little bit.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Reynolds has cut down on his strikeouts the last couple of years. In fact, in 2015, he played 140 games with St. Louis, and he struck out 121 times. Well, you might think, well, how good is that? Well, he had 3 straight years of 200 strikeouts or more early in his career. He lines it to right field. It'll drop in front of Nava. They'll hold Parra at third. Back-to-back hits for the Rockies.
And that's probably why right there he's cut down on a strikeout. That's just, you know what, I'm giving myself up. I just want to put it in play. Yeah, he took a couple shots of trying to hit a home run, and then, but look at this swing. No overswing. Just, I mean, that looks like a 350 hitter right there. Just reach out, slap it the other way, get the guy over. Parra leads off with a double. Now you get him over, and tell you what, Bob McClure is going to be in really good shape after this road trip.
Sure is. He's dropped about 20 pounds, not because of the strolls to the mound, just in general. But he's buying time right now for Leiter to warm up again, it looks like. After that effective second inning, now you're hoping to manage your way through this third. You're going to play the infield at double play depth, I would think. Pete looking for somebody to talk to. Matt Stairs is right in his line of sight.
Yeah, and Larry walked away from him.
Or he may have walked away from Larry.
Blow a signal to Franco to move up. You got to cut this run off if Gonzalez hits a grounder to third.
Fly ball center field. That's pretty deep. Going back on it is Herrera. Back to the wall, and he makes the catch. And tagging from third and scoring is Parra. So Herrera makes the catch and gets the ball in, but it's a sac fly. It's 6-0 in favor of the Rockies.
Well, if Carlos Gonzalez thought he got it, but with Reynolds on first, he couldn't really go anywhere. No, the fans here, every time there's a fly ball, they think they're all going out.
They do.
Kind of tricks you, doesn't it?
That one didn't sound like it was.
Sounded like it broke his back.
It didn't sound like a true home run swing, but it carried. As Lucroy takes outside, he had a sac fly his first time up. Lucroy played in the World Baseball Classic with Arenado. So when he became available, the Rockies talked to Arenado, and he told them what a great teammate he was for that period of time. So that helped ignite the trade. And no offense, but they didn't really give up a whole lot to get him. Cash or a player to be named later. Fly ball to right field. Daniel Nava's there. And he makes the catch for the second out. And that'll bring Valleca to the plate.
Tell you what, he's watching Lucroy over the years. He seems like a guy that, you know, will take charge of a pitching staff and you know, encourage them when they need encouragement, and then, you know, kick them in the rear end when they need kicked in the rear end.
He's at the end of a 6-year, $15.5 million contract, which in this day and age, and you know, for the way he played for the Brewers, it was a bargain. You know, considering he had 53 doubles in 14, he was a 2-time All-Star. So I wonder, based on this year, and I guess a lot of it will be determined by how he plays this last month and a half, 2 months. I wonder what he's going to be worth on the open market now. He was probably worth more 2 years ago.
Yeah. You know, he might be one of those sign a 1-year deal and, you know, find your hitting stroke again and try to put up big numbers like you did in Milwaukee and then try to cash in.
Yeah, 284 hitter with Milwaukee, and combined with Texas in 124 games, just 254. And a line drive to deep left field. That one is gone. Out in a hurry. Valleca with his 10th home run of the year. 8-0 in favor of the Rockies. And that's going to be it for Nick Pivetta. Even with the pitcher coming up, it looks like Pete's heading out. And we talked about it. He's alternated good starts and bad starts. And this has turned out to be the bad start. Last one was a good start. 6 innings, 3 hits, and 1 earned run. Tonight, it's 2 2/3, 8 runs, and his evening is complete. So a pitching change here in Colorado. Phillies trail at 8-0. We'll be back after this. Greater Philadelphia chapter became the team's primary charity. The Phillies have raised nearly $17.5 million for the fight against ALS, the devastating, always fatal, progressive neuromuscular disorder. All of Major League Baseball proudly supports the ALS Home Health Initiative, which provides in-home care for those affected by Lou Gehrig's disease. Go to MLB.com/for Pete's sake to learn more. Well, a pitching change for the Phils here in the third.
We've had that.
And this is all part of the maturation of Nick Pivetta, a kid with an amazing amount of stuff, like pure stuff. I mean, 96 miles an hour fastball, but he has had games like this.
Yeah.
Where he's given up, 6, 7, 8 runs.
Yeah, how do you go out there without your best stuff, without great command, but limit the damage the other team can do? And every pitcher has had to learn how to do that once they've got called up to the big leagues. The great thing would be to have a guy get called up, and he's never struggled.
Just doesn't happen.
No.
0-2 to Gray. His lighter delivers.
The bad thing is you're going to see Charlie Blackmon hit 9 times today if this continues. I mean, I like watching him hit, but not that much.
Curveball. Well, fortunately, it might be down to 8 times. Leiter picks up a strikeout of Gray. The inning is over. Phillies are into their bullpen as we've wrapped up the 3rd inning. 3-run score in the inning on 3 base hits, including this 2-run home run by Pat Valleca. We'll move on to the 4th. It's 8-0. Rockies on top of the Phils. K-Cup pods. That's right. Get your Dunkin' Donuts K-Cup pods from WB Mason at great prices. Who but WB Mason? Top of the 4th inning. It is 8-0. Rockies on top. Jared Eichhoff and Bob McClure chatting in the dugout. I don't know if there's something that struck that conversation or started it. Maybe it was the bullpen session today, which Eichhoff had. I think what we've learned for Bob in the last couple of years that he's been here, that he enjoys. I mean, everybody would love a staff like the Phillies used to have with Halladay and Lee and Hamels, but he does enjoy the teaching part of this. I don't think it's easy all the time,
no.
But you need a patient coach when it comes to stuff like this, because there is a lot of teaching.
Yep.
I mean, he's fiddling with grips for guys, mindsets. Aaron Nola, at least knock on wood, and seems to have it. Thank you, Johnny. 2-1 to Galvis. And he bounces it to the right of the mound. Going to be a tough play. LeMahieu charges, bare hands, throws off the glove of Reynolds. Freddie would have beat it anyway. And for the Phillies, that's their 2nd hit. I think he would have beat it.
Yeah, I think he would have too. I would imagine they were going to give him a hit. Yeah, he's safe. Yeah, that's a hit. And this is what you do. You look up the scoreboard, 4th inning, top of the 4th, you're losing 8-0. Every hitter has to go up thinking, I just want to throw up a good at bat. Just put up a good at bat, and whatever happens, happens after that. But you know, the first pitch swing, pop up to the infield, and
Nava grounded out to first his first time up. He said today he's not totally sure how he's going to handle the absence of Altair, but it's going to be a combination of Nava, Kim, and Cameron Perkins. Line drive past Mark Reynolds into right field. Galvis will go to third. And a base hit for Daniel Nava, first and third with nobody out here in the fourth.
This is what we're talking about. You know, we mentioned it. You know, John Gray coming in, you know, his second half numbers, you know, ERA almost over 7.5. And this is, I mean, the way things are going, you're surprised Mark Reynolds didn't catch that and double Freddie up, which there's nothing you can do as a base runner on a play like that. You know, it gets past him. Maybe our luck's changing. Maybe it's time.
It's about time.
It's about time. Here we go. Nick put a good at bat right here.
Yeah, Williams lined out to center his first time up. Curveball.
See, that used to be just a no-no with a
8-0 lead.
Well, no, 8-0 lead, but first and third, he throws something off speed to a left-handed hitter. You think he'd be able to just hook it into that hole, but you know that's Nick's Achilles heel right now. Is it's anything off speed.
It's sharply to second. That's going to be 2, but Phils will get a run. 4-6-3 double play. No RBI, 2 outs, 8-1 ball game.
And we're on the board. Joseph. We're on the board.
7 more to go.
I'm trying to remain positive.
Well, in this ballpark, you know, you've played here before. 8. You never know.
We've scored more than 8 before. Not in this one, but Mile High.
Low, 1-0. What was that ballpark like?
Terrible. As we go, you know, the clubhouse is like down a left field line. We couldn't get access through the dugout because it was a football stadium. As the game progresses, and I'll tell you about a near-death experience I had playing at Mile High.
Oh boy, this wasn't a movie, right?
No, no, no. This is real life. Got killed in Anaheim, and
the fan.
And a near-death, real-life near-death in Mile High.
Off the mound, right at LeMahieu. Hit well by Tommy Joseph, but he's retired 4-3. A run does score. 2 hits for the Phils. Middle of the fourth. Phillies are on the board, down 8-1. Brought to you by Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota. Let's go places. Phillies fans found their way up to the rooftop here at Coors Field. There were a ton of people up there last night. There's a good amount there tonight, too. It was an ingenious use of seats that were not always used here at Coors Field. We would come here, there would be a lot of empty seats in the upper deck. Now they're playing better, so they're drawing better, particularly on the weekend. But that place is packed even during the week. Charlie Blackmon with the outfield playing in the background. Fouls it back. It's 0-1.
What is that? Is just like a bar?
It's a big old bar with a lot of TVs, a lot of areas to just hang out. If you don't want to watch this game, there's other games on. 0-2. Murph went up there last year and did a piece on it, right, Murph?
I did, yeah. The key to that is that it's open even when the ballpark is not open.
Yeah,
and folks can come in without tickets and just access that area of the ballpark and nowhere else. And the tickets are pretty darn cheap to get in. And the price to get in is pretty darn cheap.
Blackwood is down on strikes. The Phillies retire him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Leiter. Well, Murph, we might as well just stay with you. What do you got?
Well, we're going to send out some congratulations because certainly it is due to the Philadelphia Phillies RBI team. They won the Junior Baseball Division Championship of the RBI World Series today. It's the second time in 25 years that the Philadelphia Phillies organization has won the Junior RBI Championship, the World Series. They squared off against the Chicago White Sox team, and they won today. So that was certainly great to see. You know, it's interesting. It's almost, well, not exactly a rematch, but a lot of the members of the Chicago White Sox RBI program were in the 2014 Little League World Series, and a lot of the members of the Taney Dragons are on the Philadelphia Phillies RBI team as well. So almost a rematch of the 2014 Little League World Series. You remember all that excitement that generated in Philadelphia with Monet Davis and her teammates as they went on into the Little League World Series. So they won today. They won the championship, and it certainly is great to see. Congratulations to all the folks, not only the kids playing and the coaches, but all the folks in the Phillies organization that have such a big part of making that program, that terrific program, a success.
Yeah, John Joaquin is a big part of it in the Phillies organization as DJ LeMahieu goes down on strikes, 2 away here in the 4th inning.
Mark Leiter coming in, faced 3 batters and struck out all 3.
Well, I think that, you know, what you see with Mark Leiter is what you talked about with the offense. You come into the game out of the bullpen. I mean, for Mark, you know, he wants this to be an extended outing where he can show something here.
Yep. But you see how he's doing it, though. He's commanding the strike zone and changing speeds.
Arenado is 1 for 2, and he takes low. Arenado hitting .316, 25 home runs, 97 runs batted in. He's also scored 73 runs. Curveball waved at.
Shoot, that's one of those you hope he put it in play.
Yeah, a little dribbler somewhere.
I mean, I've seen him play quite a bit. I've never seen that swing from him.
That's a sharply hit ball, foul, just foul. Oof. It's close. But Mark is now ahead 1-2.
Wow. Really close. But really foul.
And he got a souvenir.
Yeah.
.92 up and in. It's not a bad idea. I don't know if he meant to get it in all the way like that, but it's not a bad idea. Because he'll lean a little bit.
Yeah, he gets out there, tries to get that pitch. Close, but it wasn't. I think he was just, if he wasn't so off balance going backwards, it made it look worse.
Mark now 26 years old. This is his 18th game with the Phils. An ERA coming in of 4.86. Stretched out because he was starting again down in Lehigh Valley. Made 5 starts down at Lehigh Valley this year overall. Swing and a miss. He got him with a slider. 4 batters faced, 4 strikeouts for Mark Leiter. We'll move on to the 5th inning. The Phillies trail the Rockies 8-1. That's right, his hunting, fishing, and loving everyday tour will take place on Friday, September 8th at Citizens Bank Park. He has special guests Rhett Eldridge and Craig Campbell. Go to Phillies.com/Luke Bryan for more information. Well, we go to the top of the 5th inning. It's 8-1 in favor of the Rockies. And Odubel Herrera will lead it off.
When is that, Luke Bryan?
It's in September.
Okay.
We're in no, I don't want to say Washington. We are on the road, obviously, but it's Billy Joel, Luke Bryan. They're going to share the stage from one night to the next. We will be in Washington on Friday, September 8th.
I don't think I'm there. Because someone asked me if I would throw batting practice to Luke Bryan. I don't think I'm in Washington.
I'd like to see you throw batting practice to Luke Bryan. Have you thrown batting practice to famous singers before?
No.
0-2 to Odubel Herrera. I ask you that because you'll throw names out there of people that you play golf with, or I mean, you were in you were killed in a movie with Del Toro.
I threw some to Benicio Del Toro. He wanted to
hit.
He actually had a pretty good swing.
What about Wesley Snipes?
Nah, not so much.
1-2. Upstairs 2-2 to Odubel. Luke Bryan's a big guy. I wonder if he can make some contact. We'll have to get a scouting report from Jeff Francoeur. They live in the same neighborhood.
Oh, they do?
Near Atlanta. Three balls, 2 strikes to Herrera. As he starts the 5th, it'll be Herrera, Franco, and Alfaro.
Yeah, right now you're sitting in the dugout saying, don't let him get through 6. Don't let him, let's knock him out. Let's try to get him out by 6. That you got to go by the little groupings of innings now. You got to limit him. How far can he go?
Out to shortstop. Valleca charges. One out here in the 5th inning. He's got a handful of ground ball outs tonight.
Yeah, only the 1 strikeout.
Yeah, 8 ground ball outs. The one strikeout was Pivetta. And we mentioned he is a strikeout guy.
Maybe he's taking the Bob McClure message of figure out which fastball you can command. And
out toward the alley in left center field. That's going to drop in for a hit. And Franco will stop it first. A 1-out single. And here comes Jorge Alfaro up for the second time. These are looking like they're trying to figure out their lineup card right now after Leiter. Pete was talking a couple weeks ago about Larry Boa, because I think they're going to pinch hit for Leiter, or maybe they'll have Leiter bat at least one more time through.
Yeah, there's no one warming up.
Well, here comes Mark Leiter. I saw Larry Boa wave somebody over, so it must have been Leiter. But Pete was talking about, you know, managing in the National League, because we were playing American League games, American League teams, and he said, you know, you have to think so far ahead in the National League. So that's why it's so good to have Boa next to me. He said, because we're in the 5th inning, he's thinking about the 7th inning already.
Yeah, there were days when San Diego days where, you know, if I wasn't starting 5th inning, he would say, hey, you're going to get so and so in the 8th. And most of the time he was spot on. So I'd go over my scouting report in my head about whoever that pitcher was at the time.
1-1 to Alfaro, and he bounces it back toward the middle. That's a base hit into center field. And that'll put runners on first and second with one man down. And Leiter peeking into the dugout. They're going to keep him up at the plate. Alfaro's now 2 for 2 in his first major league game of the year. That's a good sign, huh?
Batting 2,000 according to Larry Anderson. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, Gray's not throwing many breaking balls at all. He's just, of course, he has a big lead. Like you said, though, you know, he's averaging over a strikeout an inning. He's only got 1.
Leiter took a look down at Juan Samuel. Mark this year with the Phils, 1 for 7. He has 5 career sacrifices in the minor leagues. Swearing here. Outside, 1-0.
He has to make sure he can figure out a way to get this ball going toward third base, because Mark Reynolds is on top of him charging hard, and we know he can throw.
Franco's got to get a longer lead off second too. Ball's bunted foul. Mark has 1 sacrifice this year down in AAA. 0 for 3 with 1 sacrifice bunt. Bunts that one foul again. 1-2. You got 2 teams here. One that has the best bunting staff, the Rockies. As a team, they have 44 sacrifice bunts. That's tops in baseball, and most of them are from their pitchers. And the Phillies, who are 19th in the league, they have 16 sacrifice bunts. You don't really include a lot of the American League teams. They don't do it that often, or as often. Off the plate toward the mound.
Get him over. That might
it
get
dies. Lucroy throws out Mark Leiter. 2-3 on the putout. 2 outs. All right, so it's the same thing as a sacrifice.
2-out hit right here.
Cesar's 0 for 2. He's hit it 9 straight. If he extends this to 10 straight, the Phillies could have a couple more runs. Outside, 1-0. Cesar, since his return from the DL, hitting .352 with 14 runs scored and 6 RBIs.
Let's see him hit one in that right center field gap. Watch him run. A lot of room out there.
Same spot off the outside corner. 65 pitches for Gray. He tried that outside part again. He got it this time. Right on the edge.
See if he tries to come in now to jam Cesar.
Moved that glove a little bit. It was close.
Tell you what, the one thing about Gray that you're seeing though is when he comes inside, it seems like his velocity goes up a little, and that, you know, a lot of guys are afraid to rush it up there, afraid they might hit someone.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Hernandez in the dirt. Freddie Galvis on deck, hoping that he's going to get up here in this inning.
Hope he gets up with Cesar on third.
Ball 4. He's going to get up with the bases loaded. So the first walk issued by Gray tonight loads up the bases for Freddie Galvis, who does have a hit tonight. Steve Foster, the pitching coach, runs out to the mound. Get an 8-1 ball game. Mark Leiter and Andrew Knapp chatting in the dugout. Andrew threw today, by the way, and it looked like he came out of it okay. We walked back with him last night to the hotel. And he said that the treatment that he had yesterday really loosened up his range of motion. He did show us the seams that were still on his hand, though.
Yeah, that one, he's lucky. I mean, I don't know how that didn't break something.
Well, as he told Murph, and he even said this to us last night, he thought it was just by the sound. So here's Freddie Galvis after a meeting on the mound with the bases loaded and 2 men down. 1 ball and no strikes. He goes with a breaking pitch instead of a fastball.
Yeah, he thought Freddie might try to jump his first pitch fastball, but now what?
And now he's got to come in with a fastball, you would think.
Freddie just has to guess location right. And if he thinks it's coming in, you got to get it started early. Try to hit a 4-pointer.
I have to say that his command of the outside part of the plate has been good.
Yes, very good. And even when he's missing away. He ain't missing over the center of the plate.
Line drive caught by Reynolds at first base. Bases loaded, 2 men down. He's playing back off the runner, of course. And he stayed with it. And Freddie Galvis and the Phillies are retired here in the top of the 5th inning. No runs, 2 hits, and 3 men left. Boy, Reynolds, perfect place at the perfect time. It's an 8-1 game. At Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. Well, Lehigh Valley lost to Buffalo 6-4. Rhys Hoskins, though, another home run, his 27th home run of the season. Reading defeated Akron. Giandido Trump, his 14th home run. He and Carlos Tocci are both hitting the ball for power. Clearwater lost to Palm Beach 6-5. Edgar Cabral 3 for 4, 2 doubles and 2 runs scored. I should say he and Tocci are both hitting, which is a good thing. Here the Phillies trail it 8-1. The Rockies just worked themselves out of a serious jam with the bases loaded. Tocci's hitting .310 for the Reading Fightins with 25 extra base hits and 47 runs batted in. 21-year-old. Gerardo Parra leads it off. He's 2 for 2. Curveball, 1-1.
Can the string of strikeouts continue for Mark Leiter?
4 in a row to start his outing. 1-2. You see who Rhys Hoskins is just in front of for the International League home run lead? That Pedro Alvarez. Bouncer left side. Michael Franco is up with it. And 1 out here in the 5th inning. Let's get caught up on what our timeless moment is. Here's Greg Murphy.
Well, let's do the cold hard fact. How about that, Tom? Brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. And we're looking at the highest batting averages in the National League over the last 10 days. And I guess if you watch the last 2 games, no big surprise that the Rockies right there on tap, guys. 285 team batting average in the last 10 days. Phillies, though, on that list at 272. They came off that homestand where their offense was really clicking, and it hasn't really clicked on the road trip so far, but they're still 3rd on the list in the last 10 days, guys.
3-1 on the put out. Leiter over to cover. Murph, if you do have a timeless moment, we will be waiting for it.
Well, you just wait, because I might deliver later on.
Murph, you are a timeless moment.
Well, thank you, John. Thank you very much. Tom, you were just trying to jump ahead to the 7th, 8th inning.
Or I wasn't listening properly. Either one.
One or the other. It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Let's take bets on which one it was.
Thought I was listening. I heard Coors Light.
Your ears perked up a little.
He did.
That's a shocker.
We just had you at beer.
You had me at beer. 1-0 to Carlos Gonzalez. He reached on an error and scored in the first. A sac fly in the third.
Wonder if it's fresher here than it is if you got it somewhere else. It's made right here,
Good
right?
question. Yeah.
Surprised Murph didn't set up a tour for us.
Or didn't know the answer right off the bat. 1-1. See the shift on for Carlos Gonzalez. Bouncer it over to first base. Tony Diaz called off Tommy Joseph. Tapper, it remains 1-2. Well, it's only been 2 innings for Mark Leiter, but he has been wherever he wants to be around the strike zone.
Yes. And you wonder why he's having success. Changing speeds, throwing strikes, changing location.
And the fact that he has the ability to do all that. Just missed off the inner half. Not a bad spot. And a strike 3 call. Gonzalez down looking. And that's 5 strikeouts for Mark Leiter, who's retired all 7 hitters that he's faced here at Coors Field. We move to the 6th inning. Phil's down 7. And provided the spark the Phil's lineup is needed. Since returning midway through July, Hernandez has been on base at a clip at above 400. Once on base, he has found his way around the diamond, helping the Phils cash in on offense. In his first 14 games back, the Phils were 9-5. He walked 7 times, stole 4 bases, and scored 12 runs. Cesar is needed to fuel the fire. He's done so. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, just like last night, there are storms in the area here in Denver. As we move to the top of the 6th inning, the Phillies trail at 8-1. And Daniel Nava will lead things off. We were really lucky last night because there was rain everywhere.
Well, let's hope we get lucky again tonight.
I don't know.
Day game tomorrow. We don't need to be here all night, do we?
We do not. Nava lines one to right center field, a base hit. That's his 2nd hit of the night. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. And Nava to second, and now puts it on. He's going to go to 3rd. Why did they take so long to get that baseball? That's his first triple of the year.
And he was planning on it being a double.
He was.
Until he saw them. Yeah, they were like, I mean, it caught underneath the fence, or not caught, it just didn't bounce off the fence. It kind of stayed there when it hit the fence, but it didn't look like.
They were in no hurry to even go after it.
No, I mean, Daniel Nava was shutting it down. He figured, the way Blackman plays, speed. Wow, that's interesting. But we'll take it.
Sure will. Here's Nick Williams. Williams is 0 for 2. Rockies play the infield back. Phillies down 8-1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Breaking ball, and it's 0-1. So third straight at bat that he's gotten something soft to start the at bat.
Yeah, and at some point he's going to have to go up there and set up or look for it. Just set his sights out. Okay, if it's a breaking ball, if it's hittable. But a lot of times a guy will just flip one up there just to get me over breaking ball. It's not a good one.
He comes back with a fastball and he fouls it to the screen.
You think you'd go breaking ball, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would think so. He tries to on the outside corner. Ooh, man, I didn't think that came back at all.
It looked like it was on the inside corner of the right-handed batter's box.
Yeah. Just the second strikeout for Gray. Let's take a look with PitchCast presented by Mazda. Well, it was right on the line. I mean, a piece of it.
Too close to take, I guess, is. Man.
That's remarkable that it was that close to being, to getting the plate. Popped him up. Shallow right field. Out goes LeMahieu, makes the catch. Nava will hold it third. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. 2 away with a runner at third. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph, what do you got?
Tom, ask and you shall receive. How about a timeless moment brought to you by Coors Banquet?
I should have said it.
We just brought you. This is July 8th, 2007.
Ooh.
You remember this. The tarp being put on the field here here in Colorado, but some trouble as the grounds crew catches some wind.
At second base.
It's unbelievable. And then the Phillies dugout empties.
Yeah, that was incredible.
It really was. It was such a cool scene. Help them put the sandbags on.
Abraham Nunez and Michael Bourne throwing sandbags all over the place.
And then the thank yous from the grounds crew to the Phillies team as they went back in. And that is your timeless moment that you begged to have tonight. There you have it.
I'm glad you did it.
I wonder if Milt Thompson led the charge, because when you're coaching in the minor leagues, we've had to do that minor league camp, put the tarp on. So I saw one guy, Mark Bombard, remember Bombi?
Yeah, Bombi.
He got thrown about 15 feet in the air. I mean, that wing got underneath. He was little, and that thing threw him.
No balls and 1 strike to Herrera. Popped him up left side of the infield. Daniel Nava will be left over at third as Valleca makes the catch, so the Phillies waste the leadoff triple here at the top of the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. 5.5 in the books. The Phillies down 8-1. by your local Chevrolet dealers. By Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEF now or visit jeffersonhealth.org. And by Nissan. ShopChooseNissan.com. Well, the Rocky Mountains in the background. Looks like the sun's shining out there. The sun is setting. But there's some cloud cover, and hopefully it will just miss us here. And
so what happens if the game ends and it's raining?
Right.
Are we still walking back?
Well, we can take one of those rickshaws.
Well, they better have the strongest leg in the world to haul our rear ends back to that hotel.
Jonathan Lucroy takes a strike. It's 0-1. We could wait for the bus, but we could make a run for it.
A run.
A trot. A race walk. One is bounced out to the left side. Franco is up with it. And one out here in the 6th inning. Time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans Trivia Quiz answer. All right, what Rockies pitcher holds the record for most strikeouts in a rookie season?
Are you waiting for me?
I'm waiting for you.
I got nothing.
Well, let's see.
Aaron Cook.
All right, that's not a bad guess. Incorrect.
I said Jeff Francis first.
All right, that's incorrect. I would have said Jason Jennings without looking at the numbers. But the answer is actually John Gray.
Yeah, I thought it was him.
185 last year.
He was my next guess.
He was your 8th guess. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of Phillies prize pack.
How come I don't get the prize packs? I've answered a couple right this year.
You got a ton of shirts on your
That's a good point.
Your desk. Plus, we'll give you the home version to take back to Florida with you.
So I can study up on.
Yep. It's like Trivial Pursuit.
I have to supply my own bell and the buzzer.
Yeah.
When
There's an app for that, though.
I'm sure. I've got a couple apps on here now. I got that recording thing.
Right, because you're going to do your podcast on the phone.
Yeah,
now.
I'm going to do one tomorrow.
Did you ever send the other one?
I'm going to try one tomorrow.
Okay. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Gets away from Alfaro. Baleka didn't realize it.
Oh.
And Alfaro will throw him out.
Doesn't endear yourself.
That is 6 strikeouts for Mark Leiter Jr. All of it is because of command. Now, I realize that the Rockies are up 8-1. I don't think they're giving away at bats here. I just think he's pitching well.
I do too.
And he's stretched out enough. I mean, he's only thrown 32, now 33 pitches.
Yeah, and you can't say, oh, well, the game's out of hand. He's free and easy. It doesn't matter, whatever. But he's pitching to stay in the big leagues. He's not pitching a veteran guy that's just, up there getting some innings in, getting some work in, and he's trying to prove to this Phillies brass and the coaching staff and all that he wants to stay here. He doesn't want to go back down.
8 of 10 first pitch strikes. Curveball line past Michael Franco. And Gray is aboard with a 2-out single. That's the first hit given up by Leiter.
Wouldn't you know, it'd be the pitcher.
After he retired 9 consecutive hitters. That means that Charlie Blackmon is going to be up again.
Weird. Watch Charlie Blackmon take BP. Doesn't wear any gloves. I don't even think he wears that thumb thing. But during the game, he wears gloves and the thumb thing.
Yeah, you would think he would do the same thing in BP that he does during the game.
Maybe that's his favorite pair of gloves and he doesn't want to rip them or get them all sweaty. Lenny used to go through a pair of batting gloves and that bat.
What if he got a hit? Didn't matter.
Change.
0-2.
One year he had 600 something at bats. He went through like 700.
Just did he give him out?
I don't know what he. I never asked that. He'd use a brand new pair for BP, and then a brand new pair for every at bat. Frank Kopenbarger, who was then the equipment manager, I think he had one of those big cases that they carry for like equipment. I think he had one of them just for his batting gloves.
Outside, 1-2. Well, plus I would think he'd just send the surplus down to the minor leagues. Here, guys, they're all broken in. Some aren't.
I think even if he walked and didn't swing, like a 4-pitch walk,
yeah,
I think he would get a new pair.
Swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts for Mark Leiter. He's gotten Charlie Blackmon twice. 3 1/3 scoreless for Leiter. We'll go to the 7th. 8-1 Colorado on top. The first inning, the Rockies jumped on the Phillies. Gerardo Parra's base hit got the scoring started. It brought home Blackmon and LeMahieu. And then after a Mark Reynolds ground out brought home the 3rd run of the inning, the Phillies defense left Nick Pivetta. And then Jonathan Lucroy produced a sacrifice fly. Valleca shot one the other way. They sent 9 men to the plate in that inning. They scored 5 runs and then added 3 more in the 3rd. So we take a look at our Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. The Phillies have won the last 3 innings. They scored a run in the 4th. They have not allowed a run since the 3rd, and that's because of Mark Leiter Jr., who's been outstanding out of the bullpen. And we'll see what they do. I mean, he's stretched out enough that they can throw him out there again. But they do have bullpen action.
Yeah, he's up 3rd this inning. You know, maybe if Franco and Alfaro get on, maybe you pinch hit.
3 1/3, 1 hit, 7 strikeouts.
If there's 2 outs and no one on, that's a big one right there. 7 strikeouts.
7 strikeouts. Well, here's Franco to start the 7th inning. He's 1 for 2. First pitch inside, 1 ball and no strikes.
What was that? 78 miles an hour.
I think it was a curveball.
Didn't curve.
Just didn't curve.
Wind's starting to pick up too.
There's a slider and it's 1-1. Temperature has dropped to about 10 degrees. Good thing Murph brought a sweatshirt tonight.
Tell you what, Murph is like a Boy Scout in. He just always prepared for anything.
He walked out with it today, and I said, "You think you're going to need that?" He said, "You never know."
I mean, he just gets out in front of things faster than most normal humans.
I wish I had bought my rain jacket at this moment.
Chris Ware is wearing a rain jacket. You can use his.
Okay.
Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. Franco does not run, and he'll be out once he leaves the circle, and he is out. 1 out here in the 7th. Would have been nice if he had run. It doesn't. I mean, 99% of the time he's going to be out. But he did see that it got away. I don't know. Do we make too big a deal out of stuff like this?
I think that one, because of where it bounced, you know, Lucroy was running that way. It's probably, you know, if he runs, Lucroy can still pick it up and just tag him.
Right.
But, you know, still like to see maybe the effort of trying. Not that he wasn't trying, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like just run.
Yeah,
maybe
he tries. There's
maybe
no question.
Lucroy misses the tag and then he, you know, falls down and he has to try to throw over his head. I mean, you know, you can't take anything for granted that it's. I mean, nothing's really automatic. I mean, how many times have we seen errant throws from pickoff plays to pitchers throwing toward home?
Kim is in the on-deck circle to pinch hit for Leiter. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Alfaro singled to left field his first time up and then bounced one right through the middle. LeMahieu is shaded over toward the middle now.
What, 7th inning? Gray still popping it up there at 97 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's allowed some base runners plus the run in the 4th, but you know, it's been free and easy in some ways for him. Alfaro stays alive as the ball goes in and out of the glove of Lucroy. Strike 3 call. That's the pitch that was called strike 2. And Alfaro down looking, 4 strikeouts for Gray. And Leiter is going to come up to bat. Monday, September 25th, when the Phillies take on the Washington Nationals. They've had a lot of success with the theme nights this year. Well, they have another one scheduled. It's Beatles night. If you want to purchase tickets and get that ski cap, go to Phillies.com/theme nights to make your purchase. So Leiter bats here with 2 outs, 0-1.
It is getting a little gusty.
Yeah. Wrappers blowing everywhere. All your papers.
Yeah, my paper.
Your paper. 1-1. One and 2.
Guy did get dark, didn't it?
Yeah, fans in the upper deck are starting to head down toward the lower levels, or at least for some cover. 3-1 on the putout, a 1-2-3 7th inning for John Gray. Middle of the 7th, it is 8-1 Rockies on top. Well, Mark Leiter Jr. came on in relief of Nick Pivetta, and he's been dealing. He's allowed just one hit, and shockingly, because he's not a strikeout pitcher, he has struck out 7.
Yeah, and it's all command. He's commanding his pitches. He's changing speeds. He's getting them to chase because he's been in the zone pretty much the entire time he's been in the game. And when he needs to throw one out of the zone, he does, and he gets swings and misses. It's unbelievable bullpen saving performance by Mark Leiter.
And it will continue here in the bottom of the 7th. Most strikeouts in a relief appearance by a Phillies pitcher since Jerry Spradlin had 7 in 3 innings of work back in 1998 against the Milwaukee Brewers. Well, he'll face DJ LeMahieu to start it off. LeMahieu, Arenado, and Gerardo Parra. Well, let's see if Leiter can keep it going. I mentioned he hasn't thrown a whole lot of pitches, and he's stretched out because he was starting down in the minors. And LeMahieu takes high. The rain starts to fall here in Denver. It's not all that hard right now.
Sure what TJ LeMahieu was peeking at there too. Oh, right down the middle.
Even 1-0, that pitch was good. Called a ball though. 3 balls, 1 strike. Bullpen action. Rosscup, who loosened up last night, bouncer right side. Easy play for Cesar. That was the same area that the game-winning hit went at last night's ball game. Join us for CSN night at Painting with a Twist on Tuesday. Watch the Phils while you paint your favorite mascot. You'll even get 2 tickets to an upcoming game. There is still plenty of space at the Rittenhouse and Havertown locations. Sign up now on paintingwithatwist.com. Arenado waves at the first pitch. It's 0-1. Fly ball right field. Daniel Nava will go over. The wind is going to blow it right into the seats. And it's 0-2. Every time the Phillies pitchers retire, the opposition 1-2-3, which Mark Leiter has done twice tonight. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Swing and a miss. Arenado is down on strikes for the 2nd time by Leiter. 8 strikeouts for Mark Leiter.
Pretty impressive. You got Blackmon twice and Arenado twice.
I think what you said too, and this is a great indication, commanding these pitches. There's not one pitch that he's not commanding, and he has 5 of them.
You need to strike Parra out here because Parra broke his 4 strikeout streak.
Floater out toward left field. That's going to drop. It was a broken bat base hit. So a 2-out single. The last Phillies relief pitcher to have this many strikeouts in a game was Woody Fryman.
Wow.
That was back in '71. I mean, seriously. We're having a little history lesson here. Woody Fryman.
How many would he have?
Woody had
Did he have 8? Was he tied? Are they tied?
He had 8.
So Mark needs to strike out Reynolds right here to
then we're
go back a few more years.
Reynolds foul tip, and it's 0-1.
Eight-1 ball game in the bottom of the 7th. Parra's Tommy Joseph playing behind Parra. Let's hope he doesn't run.
Curveball, 0-2. That's a good pitch right there. But Mark Leiter Jr. is locked in right now.
Tell you what, Alfaro's look good behind the plate.
He's looked comfortable.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's jumping around. And
yeah, that's what Dusty even said today. He echoed what Joe Jordan told Murph. Was, you know, it is a work in progress. He's gotten better receiving. Swing and a miss. 9 strikeouts in relief for Mark Leiter Jr. He continues to rack them up in relief of Nick Pivetta. Not overpowering at all with his fastball, but overpowering certainly with his commands. We will go to the 8th inning with the Phillies down 8-1. Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for fast free delivery? Nobody does it better. Well, the rain has picked up a little bit in between innings here in Colorado.
Yeah, you kind of smell it.
Yeah, it's cooled off, as we mentioned. By the way, Mark Leiter Jr. with his 9th strikeout tonight in relief. It's the most strikeouts in relief by a Phillies pitcher since Ray Culp back in 1966.
Any relation to Curly Culp?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Turk Farrell was the other one who had 9 strikeouts in a relief appearance.
Any relation to John Farrell?
Now that is possible.
Huh.
The most strikeouts by a relief pitcher was back in 1959. Gene Conley, a 9-inning relief appearance, had 11. As Cesar grounds one for a base hit against Roscup, who takes over for John Gray. Gray goes 7, allows 6 hits and 1 earned run, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts.
Extends Cesar's hitting streak, doesn't it?
Yep, that's to 10. Zach Roscup. I wasn't sure yesterday whether he was going to be in the bullpen or if they were going to hold him back, but he is in the bullpen. Fans are heading for some cover as the rain is falling a little harder. Tarp still covered, though. Galvis lines it back toward the middle, off the glove of Roscup, Right into center field. Back-to-back hits. First and second with nobody out. And Daniel Nava will be the batter. Nava has 2 hits tonight. He's 2 for 3. Ponchos are on. Everybody's secure. Well, for the most part. I think we got a problem. Haven't even begun to try to get it over that hair.
I believe the bag's winning.
The battle is on.
Yes. It wasn't bad.
No, not at all. Once they got it all.
That wind can create some havoc, I would imagine.
It's a fairly thin poncho.
Yep.
All for our entertainment purposes.
Yep, that's why we're here.
First and second, nobody out. 0-1 in Nava. Way outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. And out to the mound goes Lucroy. Let's get updated on what's going on around baseball. Here's Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, greetings from the rain, guys. The Unlimited Baseball Break presented by T-Mobile. Crazy game between the Dodgers and the Mets today. The Mets homered 4 times in the game, jumped out to an early lead. But the Dodgers, well, they just battled back like they've been doing all year. How about 5 home runs for them? They come all the way back and win it comfortably. At this, they have won 12 of their last 13 and 43 of their last 50 games. That is the best 50-game stretch since the New York Giants won 43 games in 50 in 1912. That's how well the Dodgers are playing, and quite a scene in San Francisco as the San Francisco Giants welcome back Pablo Sandoval. He was called up from AAA today and makes his return to San Francisco, a team he starred for and then left in free agency in 2014 to play for the Boston Red Sox. He said when he got the call that he was headed back to the big leagues with San Francisco, he started to cry. And the fans, they greeted him with a standing ovation.
Daniel Nava sends one out of the ballpark, a 3-run home run. And the Phillies have now made it an 8-4 ball game. Daniel Nava is a double away from the cycle tonight. Now, if the Phillies are going to come back and make this a game again, which they've cut the lead in half, Nava will have a chance to bat again.
Yeah, think back to that ball Freddie Galvis hit that Mark Reynolds made the diving catch with the bases loaded. That gets past, who knows. Daniel Nava, though, having a heck of a night. And that's what I'm talking about. A veteran player grinding out his at-bats, regardless of the score. And a right-handed home run. I'm sure that's a rare thing for Daniel Nava.
Yeah, most of his pop the last couple of years has come from the left side of the plate. All right, so it's an 8-4 game. The bases are empty. And Nick Williams will be the batter. By the way, Murph was talking about that Giants game. Giants are underway against Arizona, trailing at 2-0. Arizona and the Rockies are battling for this wild card, the top wild card spot.
Pablo back. The Panda.
Probably, if he plays every day, he'll probably hit 300 for the end of the year because he's most comfortable there. Murph, nice job with the jacket.
I only had that rain jacket.
Only had the rain jacket. It's just a light miss, though, buddy.
Says the guy inside.
Just hope his makeup doesn't run.
They put a lot on today, didn't he?
Boy, caked it on.
Little dribbler foul, and it's 0-2.
It's the good stuff. It's the waterproof stuff. I'm good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it Maybelline or something like that?
Well, yeah, I couldn't answer that one.
Ottavino warming up in the bullpen.
What do you call that he's wearing on his shirt? Like 0 a number? I thought, is 0 really a number?
It's a number 0.
Number 0.
He had a number before that. That ball's in the dirt, and Williams tries to beat it out. 2-3 on the putout. And 1 away. Ottavino has finished warming up. He is coming in. Bud Black has seen enough. They're going to have righties coming up, or a righty coming up in Tommy Joseph. So Ottavino will take over for Roscup. Roscup allows 3 runs on 3 hits and a 3-run home run from Daniel Nava. A pitching change here in the top of the 8th inning. The Rockies lead is 4. It's 8-4. Play of the game, and this was a big one at this point in the game.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, at the time you thought, oh, you know, great play by Mark Reynolds, Rob Freddie, a couple runs probably would have scored, but after watching how this 8th inning is unfolded, that is a huge play by Mark Reynolds, and that's why that's our defensive player of the game, brought to you by Hyundai and your local Hyundai dealer.
That's right. Here is Ottavino. Ottavino's been good for the Rockies. He's on here because this has become a tight game, particularly recently. 43 strikeouts and 37 2/3. And he's facing Tommy Joseph here. Tommy's 0 for 3, 0 for 7 in the series so far. And a slider sweeps outside, 1-0. Tommy 16 home runs, 54 runs batted in. That one's in there, 1-1. If you're a right-handed hitter, I don't know if you, when you see Ottavino go into his motion, if you just buckle automatically, because it looks like he's throwing it right at you and then just crossfires.
Well, we were playing the Cubs in Wrigley. Steve Trout was pitching, and Steve Trout was a lefty who crossfired like
That's
this.
right. Yeah.
And Greg Nettles, Tim Flannery's leading off the game, and Flannery didn't get many at bats against lefties, and so he asked Nettles about Steve Trout. He said, look, he said, every pitch looks like it's going to hit you, but he never hits lefties. First pitch hit him right in the back.
That is what it looks like. There's a high fly ball toward deep left field. Parra has room, and a step from the track makes the catch. 2 outs here in the 8th inning. And Odubel Herrera's coming up. Phillies have Hector Neris warming up in the bullpen.
Yeah, I mean, they had to give Hector a couple days in Anaheim to he and Luis, and Hector hadn't pitched since the team was back in Philadelphia. I'm sure they want to just try to get him an inning.
Bouncer back toward the middle for Odubel, headed to center field. So he's got a base hit. He's hit it 9 straight. And the Phillies have a 2-out single. Maikel Franco coming up.
You know, is that one of those things which Smitty talks about, how a home run can stop a rally?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, but now with Odubel being on, maybe they get something else wrong. But there does, from time to time, feel that way in baseball. Outside 1-0. Or it could be that the pitcher made a couple good pitches.
Different pitcher, too.
Line drive foul.
Do we know why he wears 0?
Well, he had a different number prior, and when they switched it, he decided that he was just going to go to it.
His last name starts with O, maybe?
There is a reason. And if I had any internet connection, I would tell you what it is.
Murph, get on that. Murph, between innings, slip over to the Rockies dugout and find out.
Can I stay in there? It's drier.
Hey, just tell Bud Black. He'll let you stand right beside him. Bud's a nice man.
You let me hang out.
On the outside corner, 2-2. Switched to this number back in 2013. You don't see it that often. Outside, 3-2. Ottavino wore 0 growing up. So when he had a switch from number 37, he decided to switch to 0. He even wore it in high school. And he said it was like having his name on the back of his jersey. As Odubel goes. So there you have it, John.
So his nickname, I guess, is O?
The Big O. Herrera's going again. The count 3 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. A high slider. And Franco strikes out. The Phillies do get 3 runs in the rain on a 3-run home run by Daniel Nava, who has 3 hits in tonight's ball game. We'll move on to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's the Rockies 8 and the Phillies 4. Now for our W.B. Mason deliveries of the game. So there's Mark Leiter Jr. delivering it for the Phils.
Yeah, Mark Leiter was unbelievable in this coming in relief, and Nick Pivetta strikeout after strikeout, commanding the strike zone with all of his pitches. I mean, you look at, you're talking about some of the better hitters in baseball. Charlie Blackmon, Nolan Arenado, he's gotten them twice each in his outing in this one today. Ties Ray Culp.
1966. Well, the Phillies certainly needed it, particularly the way the starters have struggled in the last 3 starts, even though the last one, Vince Velasquez went 5, and the one before that, Jared Eichhoff, went 6. Andres Blanco will take over at third base for the Phillies, while Hector Neris comes out on the mound. Neris 4-4 with a 3.12.
We need to get a couple on next inning. See if Nava can hit that double, get that cycle.
Yeah, they always talk about the wind blowing out at Wrigley, that the lead is never safe, and the lead is really never safe here, although the closer, Greg Holland, is 34 of 35 in save opportunities this year. Nava, his triple came earlier, his home run just came.
How does Bud Black feel about bringing him in the middle of an inning? Because he won't start the inning with a 4-run lead.
See, I don't know. I mean, would you start him? Unless maybe they start Neshek instead, even though it's not a save situation. In this ballpark, you wonder if he would think about it. But it looks like it is going to be Neshek. He's still wandering around the mound. Carlos Gonzalez lines it out toward left. Williams started in, now goes back. It's over his head, and that'll go to the wall. And Gonzalez will go to second base.
Well, we have to keep him from scoring if we're going to keep it at that. Dude, that's just to reach out and touch someone. Coors Field double, isn't it?
Yeah, it jumped off the bat. There is Pat Neshek. Lucroy takes up and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Off the foot of Lucroy. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gonzalez's 250th career double, and his 17th of the year. '96 goes inside, 2-1. Opposite way, and Nava will settle under it. Going to third base is Gonzalez, and 1 out here in the 8th inning. And Valleca's coming up. It's interesting sometimes watching some of the balls off the bat here at Coors Field, because they do seem to jump.
Yeah, that one looked like it took off on Nava. Thought it was a great thing watching Jonathan Lucroy, you know, 4-run lead, but still grinding things out, wanting to do his job. Watch him when he gets to first base. You really look at him. He's looking to see if Carlos Gonzalez tagged up. As soon as he saw it, look at this. Yes, I did my job. 8-4. You know, a guy that's struggling a little bit offensively, and all his concern was, I have to get him over to third somehow.
Yeah, let's try to get that extra run.
That's a beautiful thing. Tell you what, this guy you'd want on your team right there, I would imagine.
Infield is drawn in for the Phillies, down by 4. And Valleca, who is 2 for 3, takes inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Amarista's come out of the on-deck circle to pinch hit.
He got double. He came in a double switch yesterday, and then they had to double switch for him, bring Valleca in. We didn't even get a hit.
Popped him up. Back of Tommy Joseph. Cesar Hernandez is there as well, and Tommy will make the catch. And Gonzalez will hold up at third. 2 outs, and Amarista will bat. Marista has the second highest batting average this year, or excuse me, second most hits this year against the Phils for the Rockies. He has the highest batting average at 500. He is 7 for 14 against the Phillies.
Got purple gloves, purple tape.
They got it all, John.
It is fascinating. Right down the middle for ball one.
I guess it had to be high. It was definitely right down the middle.
Huh. I remember every spring training it was you know, hey, this year we're going to call them, you know, cross the letters to the hollow of the knee, they call it. And every year spring training it was that high. As soon as the season started it was back to the belt to the knee.
Yep. Back to the natural tendencies that they have.
Yeah. It would be tough, you know, for umpires. This is how I've called it for 10-15 years, and now all of a sudden, you know, you want me to change?
Runs outside, 3-1. Ball 4, and that brings Blackman up. Not necessarily what you wanted to do in this spot. Blackman is 1 for 3.
His walk-up song, was he, you think he was even born when that song was put out?
That's a good question.
For some reason, I think I've heard that when I was in high school in the 70s.
From the outfield? I thought 80s. Down the left field line out of play.
Well, I mean, 70s, 80s, it was all
It all
fog.
runs together. Let's see when the outfield came out.
After Woodstock and all, I mean, the 70s and 80s were all fog to me.
1985 it came out.
And who sang it?
The outfield. He started using it in 2013.
Been working for him, whatever.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason he's kept it, because it's been working for him. When it came out, he was not born, John. He was born July 1st, 1986.
Wow.
Man, I graduated high school in 86.
My rookie year in the big leagues in 80. Look how close LeMahieu is. He was up in the grass prior to that last pitch to Charlie Blackman. He was in the grass. Guess he thought Charlie was going to put it in play. Save time.
Outside, 2-1. 97 on that fastball from Neris.
He's had some days off, hasn't he?
Yeah, it was kind of like Garcia the other night.
He didn't pitch in Anaheim. He didn't pitch yesterday.
And now time is called.
Just don't want him to throw way too many pitches here to put in jeopardy tomorrow when we're going to need him for a save.
That's right.
Huh? getting out in front of things. But I feel good.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
What do you think Murph's walk-up music would be?
Murph, what do you got? A little Kenny Chesney or something?
Do a little Kenny Chesney. Maybe John's new song when it comes out. I'd walk up to that.
2-2 pitch. Up high, 3-2. Runner will be off from first. Gonzalez at third, Amarista at first. They're shaking his head. Runner goes from first. Pitch is hit foul down the left field line. Amarista goes back. Outside, ball 4. Neris can't believe it.
Umpire leaning and staring.
He just said, wow. Well, the bases are now loaded with 2 men down. And DJ LeMahieu is coming up.
We've seen that call to strike on the edge there.
Yep. Which certainly didn't hide his emotion there.
Like Pete's the only one up on the top shelf. Must be wet.
Inside, 1-0. Actor's got to bear down here. I know there's a lot of close pitches in this inning that he would have wanted.
Yeah, you can't let this inning get out of hand for him.
There's a strike, and it's 2-1. LeMahieu came in with 15 hits in his last 34 at-bats. 0 for 3 with a run scored tonight. And a good rip at that one. It's 2-2.
Like his bottom hand slipped off the bat.
Ishak continues to warm. Estevez, the other right-hander, warming up.
What if LeMahieu hits a bases clear and double?
Yeah, maybe.
Estevez will come in and Ishak will sit down.
Estevez was just activated today. 2-2 pitch. Fouled back to the right.
I think LeMahieu's hurt.
I think he hurt his hand.
Yeah, I think his left hand slipped off the bat the pitch prior to that last one, and
the Athletic Trader's coming out with Bud Black.
yeah, saw his hand slip off the bat on the prior pitch, and it looked like he was shaking it, trying to shake out that wrist or hand. Maybe it's his shoulder. I guess it's his shoulder.
That's 2 pitches ago.
Yeah, you see how that he let go with that bottom hand after completion of the swing. Yeah, he's staying in.
Not showing any signs of pain
No.
there.
Tell you what, that ball hit off the net, and guess who ran and caught it?
Arenado.
Yeah, of course. Didn't miss anything, does he? That would have bounced 4 times and hit LeMahieu in the back where he was standing. And Blackman was hitting.
And now the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. He threw the split. LeMahieu looked like he was a little hurting on that swing. So the Rockies leave them loaded here in the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll go to the 9th. Last chance for the Phils, down 8-4. Sunday, August 13th, when the Phillies take on the New York Mets. That's a 1:35 first pitch, and it's the Topps Wall of Fame card pack, which will be given out to all fans. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets and to get more information. Well, the Phillies down 8-4 as we go to the 9th inning. Pat Neshek 3-2 with a 1.43 earned run average. He has given up a couple runs since he was acquired by the Rockies from the Philadelphia Phillies. And let's see if the Phillies can do what a lot of other teams were not able to do when he was wearing a Phillies uniform, and that's get some runs against him. First pitch is squibbed to the right side. Look at the spin on that baseball. Neshek gets there to cover, and Alfaro, who was hustling all the way,
I like to see that.
is called out. Mickey Morandini just pointed.
Yeah, that's a close one. Did you see that ball? Reynolds went to his right to get it, and it just kept spinning away
That
from
was
him.
an amazing spin on the baseball.
I mean, you might as well challenge it, right?
The crew chief review. Yep. Good job by Neshek, though, to get over.
Yeah.
Larry just said he's out. 4-1 on the putout.
Yeah, oh yeah, he had it. It's Mickey looking at. See, that's when you can't trust Mickey. Look at that thing, though. I mean, that thing was rolling right toward Reynolds, and it just took a left turn right to LeMahieu.
All right, so now it's Andres Blanco up for the first time, takes a strike from Neshek. Neshek was saying yesterday that part of his success this year with the Phillies, he does credit to Andrew Knapp and Cameron Rupp. He said because they asked him and forced him to throw more sliders, which he didn't generally do.
How badly was that hit needed by Andre?
For him, it was huge.
Wow.
It's been a struggle off the bench for Andres Blanco.
We need one more to get on.
Cesar Hernandez is 1 for 3 tonight. He scored a run when he hit a base hit in the 8th inning. Inside and low, 1 ball, no strikes. Out of play down the left field line. Outside, 2-1. Holland is up in the bullpen for the Rockies. He's standing on the mound throwing every few minutes or every few pitches. There's Holland.
I hope they have to bring him in.
Alfaro trying to get his way on, just missed leading off the inning with a single. Well, then Blanco did single. Now with 1 out, the count 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cesar. And Cesar late on that swing. And Neshek picks up a strikeout. 2 away here in the 9th inning.
You can tell by the swings of Cesar, he wasn't picking up the ball well out of the hand of Neshek. High fastball just ran right past him.
Freddie Galvis is 2 for 4 in this game. Blanco, they're going to give him second. He goes, and the pitch is strike. A little cutter from Neshek. John Gray started. He went the first 7. He struck out 4. Nick Pivetta started for the Phils, went 2 2/3, allowed 8 runs, 6 earned. 0-1 pitch to Galvis. Lifts it in the air to shallow left field. Valleca and Gonzalez, or Parra, and Parra lets it drop in front of him. And Blanco thought it was an out. Now he has to slide into the plate. It's an RBI single. It's an 8-5 ball game. Andres Blanco thought the game was over because it looked like a routine fly ball, and Parr.
It was a routine fly ball.
Parr thought that Valleca was going to take it.
Wow, that was mass confusion.
And Pat Neshek gives up a run here in the 9th inning, and probably shouldn't have.
Oh,
the
no
Phils will take
question
it.
he shouldn't have. I mean, see,
He's
Blanco,
not even running.
he's not. Yeah, he just assumed that it was a routine fly ball. And luckily, Daniel Nava, with the wherewithal, a younger player might be sitting there thinking about his at bat coming up.
Yeah.
Well, now Nava hits a double here, and we got the cycle, right?
Well, Nava is a double away from the cycle, and he lifts that one out toward left field. Parra is under it this time and makes the catch. And the ball game is over. Neshek was able to close it out, and the Rockies have taken the first 2 games of this series, and the Phils have lost 5 straight on this road trip as they drop this one 8-5. Well, the Rockies can laugh about it now because it didn't really factor in the decision. Phils in the 9th inning, 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1. John Gray gets the victory. He is our Chevrolet player of the game. He was pretty good tonight for the Rockies.
Yeah, he really was. And You know, the thing you liked about it is he kept his fastball at the 95 to 97 range. Every once in a while throwing up there at 98. And he started to incorporate his breaking ball later, or his off-speed pitches later, but he got ground balls. Didn't get a lot of strikeouts. Got a lot of ground balls. That one there looking, that one there looking, but you know, not for a strikeout pitcher like he is. Yeah, we battled him. It's just once you get down 8-0, it makes it a little difficult.
8-5 the final score. The Rockies win it. We'll be back to Coors Field in just a moment to wrap things up.